cause them no harm. There's no need to be so reserved. The label of criminal is nothing but one of many identities, and being criminally inclined.
Is it really okay for the warden to think like that? We're real criminals, you know.
Well, then maybe you'll be able to carve out a name and a place for yourselves in this underwater world, But before you go in swinging, please remember that in the fortress of Merópide, it's better. Now, we've arrived at a very important place, the Coupon Cafeteria. You can come here and claim...
Welfare meal? You mean...
That's right. Criminals are essential to fortress operations, so we must guarantee that they at least have the basic means to survive.
But that's not how it was. Back in the day, it cost your reward coupons just to get a cup of water here. For fish like you who just arrived with nothing, you'd have to go to work hungry until you earned enough coupons to eat. It was only after His Grace became the administrator that we got the free meal rule. Now everyone gets a square meal every day, even no-good slackers who've never picked up a wrench in their whole lives. Nobody starves to death here.
In the fortress of Merópide, credit coupons are the only currency, and everything must be purchased. In some sense, you could say using the coupons is a form of trade. But trade is always conducted by people. So if we want trade here to prosper, we need everyone to work hard and live their lives. If nobody could even afford a meal, then the whole fortress would be up in arms. And that would only make things more difficult for me. So, rather than saying that we're giving everyone a free meal here, you should say that everyone's hard work has improved the living conditions in the fortress of Merópide.
Your Grace's reasoning is correct, but what I said is also true. Whatever the case, hard work is rewarded here. You'd be hard-pressed to find anywhere else as fair and reasonable.
Right! Paimon sees your point. By that logic, this place doesn't seem so bad after all. Oh, wait, no. We shouldn't drop our guard so quickly. But it seems the inmates really respect the Duke because of his attitude, right? We should still try to verify the truth with our own eyes.
Let's continue this way. This place is known as the Pancration Ring. Sometimes we have criminals who have more energy than they know what to do with. Their daily work alone isn't enough of an outlet for them. So, instead of leaving them to their own devices, we've provided them with this dedicated venue. This way, nobody will get involved unless they want to be.
Pancration matches? And you can earn extra coupons? Oh, what do you think, traveler? Interested?
But I must warn you that your sentence will be extended if you fail to restrain yourself and end up seriously injuring or killing your opponent.
So, did you set this place up too?
No, actually. I just granted approval for the organizer to use this area to build the ring, and I collect a portion of the proceeds in return. Of course, the fees are also quite useful.
Oh. Do you mind if we ask what they're used for?
Sure. Ensuring personal safety, maintaining the arena, and resolving any conflicts that arise. Why? Are you interested in how to manage a pancration ring?
Oh, no. Paimon was just wondering if that's how you paid for everyone's welfare meals.
A reasonable guess. I see you have a talent for entrepreneurship.
Oh, you hear that? Paimon has a talent! So we could start a business here?
That is something you can discuss between yourselves later. Let's move on for now.
Your Grace. Good morning. I mean, good afternoon. No, wait, what time is it again?
What time indeed? Time waits for no one, so it's best to keep an eye on it.
My apologies, Your Grace.
Jeez, that guy's so nervous he almost forgot to breathe.
Sorry, forgive my manners.
These are the dormitories, which is where inmates sleep. The guards will inform you where your bunk is later. In the Fortress of Merópide, criminals usually spend most of their time in either the production zone or the sleeping areas.
The production zone? What does it produce? Is that where we'll be working?
Not necessarily. Though working in the production zone is the most reliable way to earn credit coupons. If you have other skills, you can skip your shifts to earn them in other ways.
Wow. Wait, you're the manager of this place, and you're just telling us to our faces that it's okay to skip work?
The fact that the Fortress of Merópide has continued operating completely autonomously is proof enough that most people are willing to work honestly and earn a stable income. As for what we produce, many of the clockwork machines seen all over Fontaine originate from our workshop. Therefore, the Fortress of Merópide is not only a place where criminals serve their sentences, but also a giant machine factory. There's no need for me to get into specifics about the production process now. You'll experience it all firsthand when you report for work tomorrow. Let's move on. The tour continues over this way.
You really scared me there. I didn't expect to see you here, Your Grace.
The only thing you should be seeing is the work in front of you. Stay focused and keep up the pace. Oh? Is something the matter?
It's nothing. Paimon's just worried about how hard... Your Grace? What are you doing in the infirmary at a time like this? Oh no, you didn't injure yourself, did you?
Not yet, unfortunately for you. But thank you for your concern, Sigewin.
Then you must be here for those two.
Allow me to introduce you. This is the infirmary, and Sigewin here is the Fortress of Meropide's head nurse.
Hello, new faces. They call me the head nurse, but I actually handle all the nurse-related work all by myself down here.
Since you seem to have some rare downtime with no patients, perhaps you could find the time to join us for dinner?
Oh, then these two must be some important convicts. Sure, I'll join the welcome party.
Thank you. Your presence will be the pièce de résistance for today's tour.
Oh, so the tour part is over now?
I believe I've already covered the primary aspects of life here in the fortress. As for your work, there'll be someone else to guide you through the details. Is there anything else? I seldom conduct tours, so why don't you just ask if you have any questions?
Well, this is our first time here. Paimon's not sure what to ask.
Then let's head back to the coupon cafeteria. Maybe a meal will help you think up some...
You should at least try to be excited. Our free... what do you think of the food? Wow, it looks delicious! Neverlet made it sound like living conditions in the Fortress of Merópide wasn't very good. Who would have guessed that criminals get to eat tasty food? Oh, isn't that the meal box that only super lucky people manage to draw?
It actually has nothing to do with luck in this case. I had a word with Walsey, so you...
Oh, you mean the meals are random? Yes, what you get to eat depends completely on your luck. You could say that it's a... Paimon knew it! If criminals got to eat tasty food like this every meal, the crime rate in Fontaine would skyrocket for sure! Excuse me, did I hear you mention Nervulette just now? I've been wondering how he's doing. Is he busy with work? Has he been taking care of his health? He seems healthy no matter how you look at him. But he works so hard all the time, so it must be really tiring.
Sounds like he hasn't changed a bit. Looks like you can stop worrying so much, Sigewinne.
Oh, that's good. But I still feel like it's been too long since I've heard any news about him.
No news is good news. Maybe next time I've got something to discuss with him, I can invite you to accompany us.
But isn't the Fortress of Merópide independent from Fontaine's court system? What do you two have to discuss?
Well, we provide all kinds of mechanical products for official use, and some essential goods have to be obtained from the overworld, so we naturally have to stay in touch about this and that. Monsieur Nervulette's character is unimpeachable. No matter the question, you can discuss it openly and freely with him. Talking with him feels quite effortless. In light of that, I am quite willing to go out of my way to show respect and accommodate him. In fact, right now, I'm treating you two as guests invited by Monsieur Nervulette. But unfortunately, I can only do so until the end of this meal. After this, you two will just be inmates here. You're very welcome. Well, your new life...
Traveler and Paimon, right? Listen up. As new inmates, the only thing you need to worry about is what to do. Your bunks are right over there. Follow me.
So this is where we'll be sleeping from now on? Oh, Paimon can't believe this! The days of staying home and reading detective stories are like a dream now. By the way, Traveler, we saw a lot of things worth investigating just now. Even though the Duke didn't say it too directly, judging from what he said at the end, it seems that he was only welcoming because we know Nervulette. We are criminals, and Paimon did eat that cake, but we're actually here to help Is it possible that he knows we're here on a mission? Or is... Yeah, Paimon thinks so too. He probably knew why we came here. Maybe something like, hey, I have my eyes on you, so don't try anything funny. Yeah, you're right. It's not like we can go back to Nervulette empty-handed and say, the Duke looks scared. And besides, the Duke said that he was willing to go out of his way to show respect for Nervulette, right? So, we at least need to try. But Paimon hasn't gotten a clue where... You mean... Yeah, that's what Paimon was thinking too! Paimon almost spilled. Fortunately, based on his attitude, it looks like the Duke sees Linny as just another inmate. We worked so hard to help clear hearth. They work for the knave, so they could be here to investigate too. Huh? Oh, it's a card. It looks like a magician's prop. Lenny must have left it here. He's in prison and still doing his It was nice to bump into you again. Let's catch up in the production zone tomorrow. What in the world? It's written like he's greeting a buddy on the street. Paimon thought he'd write something up. If you say so. We can ask him what's going on tomorrow. Let's... Hey, you're finally awake! Well, it's Paimon's first day as a prisoner. Last night, Paimon dreamed about getting interrogated by the guards until Paimon told them everything, and then Paimon... Hey, come on! It's just a dream, okay? Paimon wouldn't really squeal. Maybe.
Hey, lazy bones. What are you still doing here? If you don't want to
Sorry!
You must be the catch of the day. Looks like...
Yep, we just arrived yesterday and...
Don't interrupt me when I'm...
Yes, sir.
Listen carefully to my instructions. I don't want any mishaps. Working around these machines can be very dangerous. Do your job well, and you can eat in the cafeteria. Anyway, the Fortress of Merópide doesn't want to lose a single one of its machines. And it...
Got it!
Your job is to use the machine over there to process a widget. Watch carefully, and make sure you step on the pedal at the right time. If the machine gets jammed, here, take this. Bring me the processed widgets, and I'll give you some credit.
So if the machine gets jammed, you just need to attack it to fix the problem. Once the widget is hot enough to glow, jump to step on the pedal and hit the widget with the hammer. You got this! Great! Now we can report back to the foreman and give him the processed widgets!
Huh. This one is... tolerable. Alright, I'll pass you for now. And we'll...
Paimon's exhausted. Even though Paimon Fon's starving and wants to head straight to the coupon cafeteria. He probably just finished up his work, too. Lenny? Mr. Magician? Where are you? Oh, this had better not be some disappearing act. It doesn't seem to be around here. Let's try looking somewhere else. Where could he be? Did he decide to slack off and sleep the day away?
Learn the safety rules by heart. Was the second part?
Hey, over here.
Oh, you scared
Oh, you scare so easily now? Is there some...
you little... The only thing we're worried about was trying to find...
Sorry.
Oh, Lynette! You're here too! You two really are inseparable.
That's right. My brother simply can't stand to be away.
It's not just Lynette. Fremine is also here. Do you still remember him?
Oh, you mean that diver from the House of the Hearth, right? Paimon remembers seeing him in the court of Fontaine before. Now hurry up and tell us, how did you end up as criminals this time? We fought so hard at court to prove you were innocent, but now it looks like our incredible court battle was for nothing!
Sadly, even the teeniest of things can land you in prison these days. I put together a street performance and used the popularity we gained from the Opera House incident to
And then?
Next, I invited several audience members to participate in the show. And then, with the entire audience watching, their wallet suddenly disappeared.
My brother was charged with theft, and I was charged as his accomplice, having assisted him in his crime.
It really isn't that bad. The missing wallets are all in the leftmost drawer of the Maison Gardiennage's big filing cabinet. We just need to see how long it takes to discover them.
Yep, we should be released then.
In terms of the magic trick itself, I think the performance went perfectly.
Leave it to Lenny to magic himself into prison.
Indeed. Last time I hid my identity from you, I promised that I'd tell you absolutely everything if you were... So I don't plan on keeping anything from you this time either. At the moment, the House of the Hearth's interest, we were instructed by the father of our house, the Knave, to come here and conduct an investigation.
Told you so! See? Paimon guessed right.
As for what we're investigating, perhaps you haven't heard, but the fortress of Merópide hides a secret. Some even say that the entire fortress exists just to protect it. The House of the Hearth has been investigating this for a very long time, trying to uncover its myth. But recently, all of our informants, including the ones that had infiltrated the guards, suddenly vanished and have not been heard from since. We believe that this is a direct provocation, and it's the reason why we came here. Father has somehow managed to confirm that Focalors does not have Fontaine's gnosis.
Huh? How did she manage to learn information that important?
Father has her ways. Many of them are beyond our imagination, and we've never had the chance to see her at work.
It was this information that led us to suspect that Fontaine's gnosis might be in the fortress of Merópide and is related to that secret.
So it's all about the gnosis again.
Well, that's about it from our side. How about you two? Did Monsieur Nervulette send you here?
Bingo! The maid has been applying a lot of pressure. She wants to know what happened to Child, so we came here to investigate. Traveler, are we allowed to tell them?
You don't need to worry too much about that. She's just asking for a report on Master Child's predicament as a means of pressuring you. Father used the situation as a pretext to negotiate with two high-ranking officials in the court of Fontaine. She actually just wants to be able to make concessions on this matter for gains elsewhere, almost like a bargaining chip.
Sometimes you need an excuse to do things you otherwise couldn't. And a harbinger is more valuable than you might...
Of course, it's not a complete farce. If we do manage to find out what happened to Master Child too, then diplomatic relations with Fontaine...
Is it just Paimon? Or does it feel like we're the only ones who actually care about Child's situation?
I wouldn't go that far. Father just has different standards than we do when it comes to what can be sacrificed for an advantage. Even though we have different objectives, we're both here to investigate the Fortress of Mer. As you know, the House of the Hearth has many reasons to seek the Gnosis, but our highest priority remains resolving the
See, I told you.
Is that so?
Lenny seems to be thinking pretty
Of course he is. Lenny has been looking forward to a chance to reach an understanding with you ever since last we... Or, I should say, we were really looking forward...
Lynette, just tell them everything, why don't you?
It's okay to open up a little.
Very prudent of you, and consistent with your behavior since I was prepared for the worst, but you were actually more agreeable than I anticipated. All right then. Since Lynette and I arrived here, our investigation uncovered the fact that the Fortress of Merópide, most people just clammed up and wouldn't talk, but after asking the right questions, we were able to confirm. You should be aware of that while you're investigating.
A forbidden zone? Could that be where
Good. That's the most suspicious thing about the fortress that we know of so far. We have a few other unanswered questions. Oh, look at the time. You two must be hungry. You should go to the coupon cafeteria.
Oh, that's just what Paimon wanted to hear! Paimon's starving after all that work.